is now. Let everyone in the listening audience grab their scriptures, a pencil, and a piece of paper. Listen and learn the true meaning of the Old and New Testaments of the Bible, the Psalms of David, the lost books, and the Holy Quran. There are no more secrets. All false things will perish. So come and learn the undisputable teachings of the only man that has the answers to the problems of a troubled world, As-Sayyid Al-Imam Isa Al-Hadi Al-Mahdi.
نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله والي الكريم وصلى الله على الأنبياء أجمعين والمسيح والمهدي والمجدد لمن مرسلين. Are we not the bearers of witness that nothing would exist if Allah didn't create it, and that He is alone and has no partner, and that all gratitude is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the sustainer of all the boundless universes. All gratitude is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the generous eternal friend, and send salutations of Allah on all of His prophets and His apostles, and on the Messiah, the anointed one, and on the Mahdi, the guide, and on the Mujaddid, the reformer, which was all sent from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We send greetings and we send peace throughout the boundless universe to all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
And now, the true light, featuring As-Sayyid Al-Imam Isa Al-Hadi Al-Mahdi.
Surah 2, Ayah 214. Or do you think that you would enter the garden while yet the state of those who have passed away before you has not come upon you? That's the part I don't understand.
Okay, in the Holy Quran, 2:14. First of all, we got to understand, whenever you're dealing with the Holy Quran and Surah Al-Baqarah, which is the second, it's usually talking about the children of Israel and their plight. All right, Holy Quran 2:14 is now talking to the Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his followers, because what they are looking for is an easy way to heaven. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling them in that section that you will not go to heaven until what? Until befalls you the same thing that befell them which is before. Now, who is he talking about? He's talking about Bani Israel, talking about the sons and daughters of the house of Israel, and all the things that they went through while they sojourned in captivity in Egypt, and how they were persecuted. And when they tried to get from Egypt back to the promised land, all the things that they encountered, afflictions and suffers and disease and starvation. You follow what I'm saying? These are the things the children of Israel experienced, and if they endured, because that's what they kept saying, he endures to the end. He endures to the end, shall be said. If they endured, they made it. If they didn't, they fell to the wayside. It's telling Muslims the same thing. You think because you take your shahada, go to Mecca, and hang around a bunch of Pakistanis and wear perfume and put on a robe and prostrate that you're making it to paradise, you're wrong. You're going to suffer. You're going to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to have afflictions. You're going to have pain like the children of Israel went through. You're going to earn the right to Jannah. You follow that? This is what it's talking about in 2:14. Now read it again, you see what it's saying.
Or do you think that you would enter the garden while yet the state of those who have passed away before you has not come upon you? Distress and affliction befell them, and they were shaken violently.
That's right.
So that the apostle and those who believed with him said.
Now that's the point. Stop there. That's the apostle. This apostle is Ar-Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ashabuhu, and his companions, the mu'minun, those faithful people with him. They asked. Now go back and read that line again for yourself.
The apostle and those who believed with him said.
So Muhammad and his followers was asking somebody this question. You see this? They wasn't just asking Muhammad this question. Muhammad and his followers was asking a specific question. Now let's see what this question is according to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What was the question they asked?
When will the help of Allah come?
Now, when will the help of Allah come? He says there, Matta Nasrullah. Matta Nasrullah. Hear that word, Nasrullah? It's the same word as Ansar. Nasr, Ansar. Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and ashabahu and his companions asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Matta Nasrullah, when are they coming? And you know what he said? Allah, inna Nasrullah qareeban. Surely, we want you to know that the Nasrullah is qareeb. It is very soon coming. If you turn to the end of the Quran now, 110. You with me? The 110th surah. You ready?
Not yet.
Okay. The point is that every part of the scripture backs itself up. People look outside of the Quran for answers that are inside of it. They run to hadith and to a scholar this, a scholar that. And the Kalim Allah, the Quran al-Kareem is mubin. It is clear within itself, it says. You ready now? The first verse is إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحِ. Notice the word Nasrullahi in Arabic again. The most translators say, when the help of Allah comes in the victory, and their poor translation. But it doesn't say that. Either when and if Ja'a, past tense, has come, Nasrullah, Allah's aiders, Ansar, Nasr, Ansarullah, Nasrullah, wal Fataha. The word Fatiha means the opening. They've been translated as victory. That doesn't mean that. It means a victorious opening, and it's talking about the opening of that same seventh seal mentioned in Revelation. And the Quran supports it because it constantly refers to Jesus' disciples as Nasrullah. They asked him, Jesus said, who will be my Nasr min Allah? And they said, Inna Nasr, right? Surely we are Nasrullah, surely we are Ansarullah. We are Allah's aiders, not yours. This is what his disciples told him in 61:14 of the Holy Quran. You follow what I'm saying? So here this section is telling you something. There's an answer to that question that Rasulullah Muhammad asked and his followers asked Allah. When are these helpers coming? When are they going to be? Muslims say these are angels. Most translators say, no, brother, in this section, they're talking about angels, they're not talking about mortals. More angels don't come, first of all, they're sent. But besides that, as we go on, we're going to see how. And it says, وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسِ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ. If this is talking about angels coming, angels do not enter into Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's deen. Angels don't convert to Islam. Watch now. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحِ. When the aid of Allah comes and the seal is open, وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسِ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي الدِّينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَجًا. And you see people يَدْخُلُونَ entering فِي الدِّينِ اللَّهِ into the deen of Allah أَفْوَجًا in groups. This is the day we're in now, when you people are turning back to Islam, taking off that cloak of ignorance that Paul made for you called Christianity, and dropping that cloak on the floor and stepping back into Deen Allah, the religion of Jesus, the religion of Moses, the religion of Abraham. In the Christian church, people prayed and sung, give me that old-time religion, give me that old-time religion. It's good enough for me. And now that the old-time religion comes, they want a modern religion. They join Christian Scientists and Jehovah's Witnesses and a whole bunch of new religions. You asked for it and it came. He answered your prayer. When will the help come? Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and his companions asked, when will it come? And Allah says, it's near, Muhammad. It is near. This is 1400 years after. Right? There was 2,000 years between Jesus and Moses. 2,000 years between Abraham and Moses. 2,000. This is the shortest period yet. 1,400 years. And it's here already, the truth. And you're seeing people. Now, it says here, and you'll be seeing people and mass people, yadkhuluna, entering into the deen of Allah. Let me ask you a question. Do Arabs enter into the deen of Allah, or are they born? Because their mothers and fathers were Muslims. Are they born into the deen of Allah?
I was speaking to an Arab, and he claims that they are born.
That's right. He's right. They're born into it. That's good. And when he thinks he's saying something insulting to you, he's really making a fool of himself. Watch now. He says they're born into the religion. In Saudi Arabia, they're born. Sharaf al-Awsat, they're born. Throughout Sharaf al-Awsat. In Sudan, in Turkey, in Africa, they're born. Here, y'all convert. You are redeemed. Reclaimed. Right? You repent, like the Quran says. You repent. They're born, they don't repent. So here it says, and you see people entering into the religion, not being born into it, but entering into the deen of Allah. Can't be talking about nobody but y'all. So there's nobody converting to deen of Allah, putting it in the black man in America. Either by way of Allah, Muhammad, or by Noble Ali. Whatever path they get, they go towards the truth. If the light is dim, it'll get brighter. You follow? But y'all people are entering into deen of Allah in groups. Nowhere else. It's not happening in Pakistan. It's not happening nowhere else. يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. The word dakhala in Arabic means to enter into, to go into. Idkhul, come in. Idkhul, come into my house. You see this? Okay. Fi deen Allah. It doesn't say deen al-Islam. Throughout the Quran they use deen al-Islam. Why doesn't it say deen al-Islam? You know why? Because deen al-Islam is distorted now by Pakistanians, by Persians, people writing hadith, Bukhari, Shafi. Here's a perfect example. The man that they quote, his name is Abu Hurairah, right? And they quote this man as a hadith writer, Abu Hurairah. You know what the word Hurairah means in Arabic? A cat. That's the Arabic word for cat. He was called the father of the cat. So therefore they wrote stories in the so-called stories of the Sahaba to make it look like he was doing a justification. But the Quran tells you to take a good and meaningful name, no nickname in the Quran. So this man who wrote hadith had a nickname, Bukhari. Bukhari is a place in Russia. That was not his name. He was named after a place. But men have laid down Musa, Isa, Ibrahim, Idris, which is Moses, Jesus, and Idris, stopped following them and started following all these men who wrote hadith and traditions and customs. So Deen al-Islam has been spoiled by men and must be reformed. So Deen Allah came to Abraham. You see that? Deen Allah was with Jesus. Deen Allah was with Moses. Deen al-Islam was perfected by Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He perfected it, and then after him, and Muslims openly say a period called Ba'd. Beth Ain Del, meaning after. And in their conversation, they'll say, well, this is the law when Rasulullah was here. This was before, this is Jahili. This is ignorance before he came, after Jesus, but before him. And this is Ba'd. These laws came after Rasulullah left. There should not be no laws made after Rasulullah left. You follow that? Because the Quran says, this day have I perfected or completed for you your deen and called it Islam. You follow that? So you can say that Muslims do not smoke cigarettes because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not smoke. You say, well, Hadith says it's all right. Quran says that Allah created Muhammad khalaq al-azim as a perfected being, created to breathe. Then the question is not whether or not you can smoke, but did Rasulullah Muhammad smoke, yes or no?
No.
And if Muhammad didn't smoke, then those who are his followers, they don't smoke. Did Muhammad wear plaid tagiyas? That means plaid prayer caps and blue robes? No. When Jibreel, the angel Rasulullah alayhi, came to Rasulullah Muhammad, they describe him right there in their hadith as having on a white robe, whiter than every one of the other Sahaba that was standing there, it says. You follow that? In their 49 selected hadiths, it says his robe was whiter than everybody's, and that made them wonder because they had just crossed the desert who he was. So they asked him who was he, and he told them. So now what color robe was the angel Gabriel wearing? White. And what color robe was the Prophet Muhammad's companions wearing? White. So why are Muslims wearing brown robes they get from Pakistan, and plaid robes and blue robes and gray robes, all this stuff that these Pakistanis and modern Saudis are making up, when the hadith made it clear that they were wearing white and that they wore black to Ali in war. And that started when Ali's family was being persecuted by Abu Bakr and Aisha, when the so-called Shia and Sunni were formed. And that's why you see this man who calls himself Ayatollah or Ayatollah wearing black. Because they were the martyrs of Islam, being persecuted because they say that Ali, alayhi salam, should have been the rightful successor to Muhammad and not Abu Bakr. And so therefore Aisha started persecuting him and established what they call the Sunni sect of Muslims, and called the other ones those things. And that's why the word Shia, because the word Ashia, something. You follow? So it says those people in that latter day will be entering Deen Allah. Deen Allah in the Holy Quran, in the second surah, the 130th ayat, is Millah Ibrahim al-Hanifan. Bideen Allahi afwajan. To enter into Allah's way of life in groups, which is what y'all are doing today. The next verse is Fasabbah bihamdi. The word Sabah is to glorify, to be grateful, to be thankful. Fasabbah, so glorify bihamdi, by way of praising him. Hamda, like alhamdulillah. And a Muslim says in his prayers 5 times a day, he begins his prayer with Surah Al-Fatiha, saying alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, all gratitude and thanks is due to Allah. Okay? So you see it says there, فَسَبَّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبُّكَ or رَبِّكَ. The same. It says, glorify by praising your sustainer. Because in Surah Al-Fatiha again it says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabb. Rabb, for Lord or sustainer. Rabbil Alameen. They didn't translate it Lord, but it means Rabba, someone who preserves or takes care of something. Here he says, فَسَبَّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرُهُ. Ghafoor, the name of Allah, El-Ghafuru, the forgiver. Now, if he's talking about babies taking their shahada at birth and therefore going into the religion, what sin have they committed? None. These people had been living in sin in order to have to ask Allah for forgiveness. You understand? They're talking about the Prophet Muhammad's followers. They were not living in sin. The Quran says they were living in ignorance. It's a difference. In this day and time, people are living in sin. They're married in the name of Jesus Christ and not in the name of the Heavenly Father. They drink to get drunk. The women go with their bodies uncovered. They go with their faces uncovered. All the laws that are in the Quran, they're being taught by people who are personating themselves as Muslims. The Quran tells you that people that will be impersonating themselves as Muslims. When they're with you, they say they are faithful or believers. When they leave you and get back to the temple, they're with them. Pakistan professes to be such a religious Islamic country and is making ties with America, who's an understood atheist country. Saudi Arabia is supposed to be an Islamic country. What does the Quran say? Do not make friends with Christians and the so-called Jew because they are friends of each other. Correct? So how is Saudi Arabia making deals with America? How is Pakistan making deals with America? How is Morocco making deals with America? How is Iran, Iraq, and all other countries making deals with America? America is a Christian country. The Quran tells us not to do it. Because when they're with you, and they meet you in the street, you say you're Muslim, they say, oh, me too, I'm Muslim too. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah. You're Muslim, they pretend they're Muslim.
Then they leave you and they go back down to the school where they're studying economics and political strategy. They socialize with the white kids and they drink, smoke cigarettes, drink beer, and say, I was only making fun. The fool is on them. I'm showing you this to show how these quotes couldn't be applied for nobody but you as a people. So it says, so glorify and by praising your sustainer and ask his forgiveness. Seek his forgiveness. For surely, innahu kana tawwaban. For surely, he was the one who accepted the repentance. This is what makes it so interesting. But he's putting this kana in past tense. Kana, innahu kana tawwaban. This word tawwab means to repent, to have been doing something wrong and then turn back. Now why is it so important? Because the Quran al-Kareem, Kitab Allah, Nur al-Alameen, the light of the whole universe, tells people there's one thing other than suicide that there's no forgiveness for. And what is that? What does the Quran say?
Setting up someone with the law.
That's right. And almost, I say, for the people who don't understand, almost everybody sitting in that room now was guilty of that. You were Christian. Correct?
Yes.
Almost. If you wasn't, then you wasn't. But almost everybody in that room at one time was a Christian. And in that period of time, you believed that Jesus was God incarnated. Or you followed Master W. Farad, and you believed that he was God incarnated. And if you believe that he was God or Jesus was God, then you had set up partners with Allah. Right? And they say there's no forgiveness for that. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made an exemption for y'all right here in the Quran. He said once you get back into your deen, that doesn't mean partially in it, that doesn't mean pick up the pamphlets and just read them, back in. See, inside. Here it said yadkhuluna, to enter inside, to go inside something. You understand? The children of Israel had a community they had to live in. They had to go again. Jesus' disciples had to leave their family and come follow him. And that Mark quote that Sister asked the brother to read earlier was Jesus saying to leave your families and come with him. That's what he was told. That's what he was told to do. My mother, my brothers, and those who believe as I believe. This is the teaching. To set up a community and live in it. It says right in the Quran. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسِ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. Right there telling you, when you see people entering in, leaving the world, leaving the streets and going into the community. What community? Go back to the first line. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ أَنصَارُ اللَّهِ إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ. Right there in the Quran in plain, simple language. When you see people joining into the Ansar Allah community in groups, start to glorify by praising your Lord and seeking his forgiveness. Because only he was the one who forgave you before. He forgave the children of Israel when they was in Egypt and they had reduced themselves to worshiping all those idols. Right? He forgave them. And just like you started off with 2:14, you must go through the same things that Beni Israel went through. And now he says you have a right to repentance if you drop your net and become fishers of men. If you yadkhuluna fi deen Allahi, you enter inside the deen. Don't let your wife keep you in the world. Don't let your husband keep you in the world. There's a new world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rabbil Alameen, sustainer of all the boundless universe. But he has set up a community each time. He has sent a warner or a prophet or a messenger, but he sent up a community, and those people prove their loyalty by dropping the world they're in and going into that community and living for of them by each other. That's what Israel was doing when they set up the 12 fountains of water. They were living in the Ark of the Tabernacle, setting up their law, not outside. Right there it tells you to do that in the Quran. You don't want to do it, all I can do is warn. That's my job. I'm a warner. And Allah tells you to enter into the deen. Go into it.
Not outside there reading the books, you're getting heavy and going from party to party, pretend you're coming, I'm coming. Soon my wife gets together, soon my kids get together. يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا صَدَقَ اللَّهُ الْعَظِيمُ. And when Allah puts forth the truth, you can believe it is supreme. صَدَقَ اللَّهُ الْعَظِيمُ. Okay?
I have another question where a brother was telling me that he gave me an example. He said that if somebody put a gun to your head and they asked you to blaspheme Allah's name, he asked me, what would I do? I said I'd let him pull the trigger because I wouldn't blaspheme Allah's name. But he said, no, that's wrong. He said, you should do what he said to save your life.
And you should have said, wonderful. Every man is entitled to his own opinion. Because it's not a scriptural debate. It's just two mortals talking. If it was something that you can defend by the scripture, and if he says that's a scriptural doctrine, say, show me.
He said that, okay, because you shouldn't commit suicide. He was trying to say that you're committing suicide. But I can't use that because you're not pulling the trigger.
Well, that's his, see, again, that's an interpretation, a mortal interpretation of suicide. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're committing suicide living in New York, breathing all this poison. In that case, you want to get technical. We're committing suicide every day. You know, but that's not what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala meant when he said suicide. He meant when a person maliciously sits down to take their own life. He said if this body was rented to you to educate that soul, then you don't have the right to stop that. You follow? Now, if somebody pulls a gun out on you, and you got the courage as an individual to say, shoot me, that's you. There's other people who run with the Quran in their hand, run. That's all part of the individual. It's not something that you should get caught up religiously debating about. You follow? Unless we can show you in the Quran the likeness or similitude or the Torah, the similitude to that incident, and make that the criteria because this is Kalam Allah. Don't worry about men's words, worry about Allah's words. Say, show me in the scriptures where this story or something like this has happened so I can see. If not, you're wasting your time arguing with him. You can be arguing about, the proper way to prostrate in salah. You follow me? So waste of time to argue about things like that. Thank you.
Was the devil conceived by artificial insemination or natural?
The pale devil, he, as we read from Genesis 9:25, where he received the curse the curse goes on the son Canaan from Ham's house, all the way down into Leviticus 13, and then of course Leviticus 14, 1, 2, and 3, where they speak about the curse being placed there. But 13 tells us how he got his complexion, how he got his skin texture, hair color, and eye color. He is a result of the disease called abras. Abras is another word for leprosy. He is a leper. Throughout the scripture, he was called the Canaanite, or the Amorite, or the Hittite, or the Arkite, or the Hivite, or the Anakite. He had many different names for his tribe that spread throughout the world, spreading the disease. Their diseases have resulted in syphilis and gonorrhea and rheumatism and arthritis and glaucoma and all the different blood and skin diseases that comes from being a leper. And we have now got that by way of integrating and marrying and having intercourse with these beings. That is a physical devil, which if you want to get its origin as a physical devil, you have to go back to the beginning of Genesis chapter 3. When man and woman is getting the curse of Allah put on them, and it tells you about the iniquity being between the woman's seed, which is Genesis 3:15, when he's speaking about how the devil had deceived the woman or beguiled her, and it says, Bismillahi ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I will put enmity between thee and the woman, speaking to thee, meaning the fallen angel himself, Azazel or Lucifer, between thee and the woman, because the only woman there was Mother Hawa, called Eve, between thee and the woman, and between thy seed, meaning the serpent's seed, and her seed. You see that? The word seed is Nun Sin Lam, Nesala. Nun Sin Nesala. And it's also the same thing in Hebrew, Nesalash. and in Aramaic, Nephilas, the same word, Nephilas, meant to be an offspring, to give birth to a child, to have progeny, etc. So in the Bible, right in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, the Almighty Creator of the heaven and the earth is telling the devil and the woman that there's going to be hate and jealousy between their descendants. But nowhere in Christian teaching or Jewish teaching do they confess to the fact that the devil would have descendants. They keep acting as if the devil is one red being with a pitchfork. And right there in the Bible it tells you that the iniquity shall be between thy seed, meaning the devil, and her seed, meaning Eve. You follow? So he has been cursed since the foundation of the world, and the Holy Quran confirms it in the 20th chapter, the 102nd verse, when it says, on the day that the trumpets are blown, we will assemble all of those guilty or accused, pre-accused, blue-eyed devil. The devil has already been judged. Please don't ask me, is it possible for white people to repent? The scriptures teaches us that since the Garden of Eden, the devil and his seed has already been cursed. And that through the saviors that would come to man, man would be able to re-enter paradise and receive everlasting life. But that the devil himself and his host of angels and followers will be cast into fire and brimstone forever. So please, people, stop asking me, is there hope for white Muslims? Is there hope for good white people? Because the scriptures tell us that they have been cursed since the foundation of the world. And it tells you also that they're going to be able to deceive you. They say they're going to be so shrewd that if it's possible, they'll trick even the elite, if it's possible. So they're going to make you think they're righteous, make you think they're human, make you think they care. They don't cure, they preserve. You understand the difference between curing and preserving? They don't cure people, they preserve. They cut out and replace parts. There's a big difference in what they did and what the prophets and the Messiah did. And they call medical in the name of God. And yet they have a serpent on a sword as their symbol, which is a symbol of the cherubim that guards the gate to keep man from getting back into spiritual heaven. The medical symbol is a symbol of Satan. A sword with a snake wrapped around it, which is symbolic of the sword that was put on the gate at the garden to keep Adam and Eve from getting back in the spiritual garden, that they might, yes, what does the Bible say they might do if they get in there? Put forth their hand and take of the tree of life and live forever, right? You know, the Bible teaches the medical symbol is not trying to make people live forever. It's trying to play the Creator. God does know that in the day you eat thereof, your eyes shall be open and you shall be as God. This is why they have artificial assimilation. This is why they have cloning. This is why they're doing all this stuff with trying to prolong life, heart transplants. But the one thing that the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth can do that man can't do is create. Man can procreate. Man can assimilate. Man can make. But he cannot bring about something new. Anybody in that room think of something that has never been thought of or seen before, it's impossible. Think of a color that's never been seen, you can't. Man does not have the power in him to create. Only the Almighty can create. Man can make, procreate, meaning having children, he can do, but he cannot create. And the devil cannot give you that power. Okay? He can transport, but can't create.
Where should we, or where should the lost souls follow what Jesus do? What did Jesus mean? What?
All right. If you would open your Bible to St. John's, chapter 1, you'll find out that Jesus did not finish his mission. He told them, there's many things I have to say unto you, however, you cannot bear them yet. But when he, the Comforter, comes, right? He shall lead you into all truth. Now, what did Jesus mean by that?
That he would show you.
Chapter 16, he says, He says, well, go back to 14. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments, which of course they did not do, right? Because they did not follow what Jesus said to do his disciples. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even, see, people keep saying that comforter is the Holy Spirit. Right? And the Bible says, even the Holy, see that? Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive because it seeth him not. Even the angel Gabriel, who's the Spirit. But the angel Gabriel was not seen, Muhammad was seen. The angel Gabriel came to Muhammad in the cave, who was the comforter, and gave him the Holy Ghost and the Quran. You see that? Now if you go back to the same chapter of John 5:3, in these lay a great multitude of important folk, of blind halt. He's talking about his own Jewish people. They were blind, they were lost, they did not follow. All right?
Right.
Then he goes on to give you the Lord's Prayer and how they should have prayed, Our Father who art in heaven. These people did not believe the teachings of Jesus. So they would not inherit everlasting life, because they did not accept the Comforter who came, whose name was Muhammad, who Jesus sent. See, the angel, it said in 15, was sent from the Father, but Jesus sent Muhammad, because each prophet heralds another prophet.
Okay, that's it.
Imam, in your pamphlet by the title, I think it is Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should not be called God, you were speaking of the name Jehovah, and you said something about the Hebrew word being Yahweh, but you never said what the word Jehovah means, being a Latin word. What does it actually mean in Latin?
You cannot take a word out of Hebrew, bring it into Latin phonetically, and then create a definition. You follow? Because the word is in Arabic, Yahuwah, oh he. You see that? And we say Kul Huwa, we're saying oh he, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All they did is took the Yah, because there was there's no J in the ancient Hebrew letter, right? And they put it in the front and changed it from Yahuwah to Jehovah. So there is no meaning to it, because it was grafted from another language. It's just a mistranslation.
Okay.
So there's no word Jehovah. They did that purposely so that people would not worship the Creator by his proper name.
Okay, you said the Lord is our creator, right? Who created him? Where did he come from? I mean, like, where is he from?
Now, this is the most interesting thing about that question. Ready? Ask it again. Who created him?
Yeah.
Now, when you get that question started, we got to go back to who the who was. Correct? So now we move from him to who. You see that? You missed what I mean. You said, okay, we're talking about God. He created us. Who created him? You see the statement? He has fixed that question, that anybody who asks it will be glorifying him at the point of the question. Who is the ancient Arabic word for he who is. So when you're in English phonetics asks who created him, you're still saying he who is. And when you get to the point of questioning who brought about God, whoever brought about God would be God, correct? He would be greater than God to create God. And you keep on going on to this question infinitely. Well, then who created him? And then who created him? And who created him? And who created him? And who created him? The trick of it is, our concept of creation is the manifestation of something in some form. Right? Something that we can either see, hear, taste, smell, or feel. That is creating something. You see? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. The source of the universe created nothingness to place something in. Do you understand?
Yeah. I know it says without mother, without father. I know I read that, but I'm saying what is he some force that like pulled himself together or what? You know, it's not.
That's what I was trying to explain. But you gotta take the time to understand this. Our understanding of creation is things that we either see, hear, taste, smell, or feel. You understand that? Now, the Almighty had to bring about a state of in order to become. And that's as far as the English will take it. He has to create. I'm not going to stop, I mean, as far as that wording. He had to create a state of in order to become. Tangible enough for us to calculate his presence. You understand that? So therewith, the essence of his real being does not fall in the realm of what man understanding as existence. He had to create a state by which man could identify with him and therewith pick up attributes as like a being. And see, that's beyond. You got years yet before we get to that understanding. I can only tell you about it. One day you may. Some people in there understand what I'm saying. He had to create a state of before he could become before he can bring it into existence. You understand? Because human beings identify things by what they either see, hear, taste, smell, or feel. But the ultimate of the human being is the reactionary nerve system to things they see, hear, taste, smell, and feel, which they don't see the nutrition in an orange. They don't see it, but they eat the orange, the essence of the orange. So when the orange was manifest, we learned that in it was an essence that would nourish the body. The Almighty did the same thing with his existence. He made an existence necessary for us to filter from it the nutrition of spiritual upliftment or Holy Spirit. So it's not no time in creation anywhere where he was created, because to be created means that you have a creator. And if he has a creator, then that is the creator. And if someone created that, then that is the creator. Now, to make it easy, he is the all. Can you take away from the all? No, because you can't put it nowhere. Can you add to the all? No, because you wouldn't get it from anywhere in order for him to be the all. So to try to be a part of a circle on the inside and understand the outside of the perimeter is impossible while you're in this state. You understand what I'm saying? If you're inside a room, you can't see the bricks outside. If you're outside, you can't see the bricks inside. And if it's transparent, then there are no bricks. So to comprehend the existence of the Almighty, you have to get outside this house that you call the body. And then you'll be outside looking in. But you will never be able to comprehend the presence of the Most High while inside the body. You merely can bite into his orange and get nourishment from his Holy Spirit. You understand? It's not a simple. You asked a biggie. That's what they call a biggie. That is a complicated question with a very simple answer. You cannot think past what you can think. Okay? You have a watch? Does it tick, or is it battery operated now? Okay, there was a time when a watch was a cue to us of the existence of two worlds side by side. So the devil took the tick out of it. Your watch ticked, and the tick was calculating time. And each tick was a moment, correct? It went tick-tick, 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 tick-tick. What he did not give you is what was happening to that space between those ticks. He only told you about the ticks. And he calculated seconds and minutes and hours and months and days and years and months from the tick. He never mentioned what happened to the tick, if the space between the ticks. That is the coexistent etheric world right next to this one. He has combined the two now, and time is zooming past us. Now that he's taking the tick out is why you say, time is going by so fast. It was just Friday the other day. Now it's Friday again. Time is zooming because there's no longer a clock in existence. The devil has taken the clock out, so we would lose the ability to calculate time. But the tick is the physical world, and the space between it is the etheric world, or the world where the angels dwell. He does not want you to be conscious of that, so he keeps you in tune with the tick, not the space. You will never be able to understand the space while you're living by the tick. I'm trying every kind of different way I can to make you see this. But it's basically beyond simple human comprehension. It takes a lot of spiritual knowledge to understand that you cannot see the outside of a circle while you're inside it. So you cannot see the perimeter of the universe while you're standing in the center. I see that. Okay?
Okay, I have a question. My parents are both Puerto Rican, and I am too, but I've always considered myself black. But yet, they don't appreciate me hanging with blacks or any in that form of way. But she's never said it verbally, but she's always said it in her actions, as though actions speak louder than words. But I've wondered why, because my sister made mistakes in the past with black guys, but she's always considered me like, I don't want you going that way, so, don't step in.
See, the mistake can be made with black guys, Chinese guys. Mistakes are made, with anybody. A lot of our parents, right? Even some of those people sitting in there that you would call black, their parents don't want them to be black. You follow what I'm saying? They tell them to get they straighten their hair, braid their hair. When there was a little girl, they were straightening their hair and doing everything they can, trying to make them not what they are. Because it looks as if you're on the bottom of the totem pole when you're black. You have nothing. You'll never be nothing. You follow? So most parents, remember this, your parents don't mean any harm. Remember this. They think they're doing what's best for you. They think they're putting you in the successful part of this society because it's apparent that white people have made more success in this country because the laws of it are so treacherous. So he's much more successful in his economic growth than blacks are. So she thinks she's doing the best thing for you. Don't dislike her for it. Just try to reach her. You know what I'm saying? Try to touch her heart and let her see that love is not based on that. She thinks that if you can marry a white guy, that you'll do better. And she don't mean no harm. She loves you more than you think she does by that very gesture. Even though it's a bad gesture as far as you're concerned, she thinks it's the right thing for you. So she doesn't mean any harm. Try to work with her. Take time. Just tell her you'll understand one day. Or get stranded down south and she'll understand immediately. You got crackers down there that don't care about us at all. That's all part of the new growing stage we're going through now. When the people of from our Latin descendants start realizing that they are the original seed also. That's going to take a little time. But it's happening fast. And when we get united, there'll be no stopping us. We definitely will no longer be the minority, that's for sure. And we control the workforce. You know what I'm saying? If y'all wanted a black program on Channel 11 or a Latino program in Spanish on Channel 11, all we all got to do is get together and tell Channel 11 that we are not going to watch that channel anymore until they put that on. And when their ratings start to drop, they'll put on anything you want. You realize that's how this society works? So that's why they spend a lot of time trying to keep us divided so we don't get any unified thoughts that gives us power in voting or in anything else. That's why they do it. If we ever get together, our population is so... Imagine how they split Harlem up, Spanish Harlem, the Bronx. in this Latin. Imagine if all that was one. If they all had the same voting power. All them people up there can control New York City. They can put Mayor Koch in or out of office. And believe it, they know it. So they got to spend a lot of time trying to make us think we're different. But our nature tells us, especially when we get in Central Park on a Sunday and people are playing the conga, and everybody, we can relate, and white people be looking around like, my gosh, that's interesting. And you see the brother, one brother who's Spanish, pass the conga over to another brother, and they just start jamming together. And white people say, gosh, that's when we realize we're one, when our souls meet. And our souls can meet on a Latin floor. And Cyndi Lauper is not moving like that because she wants to look strange. Cyndi Lauper thinks she's dancing. When she's jumping around making them stupid moves, she really thinks she's doing what we do, you know. But she can't. If you put on a Joe Cuba record and told her to do the Latin, she would fall all over her feet. She just can't do it. She just don't have the soul to keep the top of her body and the bottom of her body working simultaneously. They can't do it. You ever see white people's feet? Watch them try to dance? You ever see a white person try to do the pop or the snake? You see some real funny stuff to see a white person try. They have no soul. They have a spirit, but they have no soul. There's a difference. You can have a spirit without a soul. You follow? So moms will give her time. She'll catch on. Just be patient and realize she's not doing it because she means you harm. She's doing it because she thinks she's doing the best thing for you. It's nothing but an expression of her love. And let her know you know that. Okay?
You have been listening to The True Light, sponsored by the original Tents of Kedar, located at 717 Bushwick Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. You are also invited to attend the Questions and Answers class every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the Hall of Knowledge at 548 Hart Street in Brooklyn, New York. And now, more profound than ever before, the Pamphlets of Peace, authored by the Master Teacher and Spiritual Guide, Sayyid Imam Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi, covering such topics as Who's Who on the Planet Earth, the Resurrection, Who was Noble Drew Ali, Who was Jesus' father, Who was Marcus Garvey, St. Paul, disciple or deceiver, and much, much more. Also, to aid your spiritual growth, we have a beautifully crafted hand-woven prayer rug designed by Sayyid Imam Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi. We also have a large assortment of prayer beads, Nubian and Sufi oils, and incense. The original Tents of Kedar would like for you to write or call us and let us know how the true light has changed your life. Remember, above all things, truth is truth.